Hello everyone and welcome to My First Mon, the show where I'm playing through Pokemon Blue. I'm one of your hosts, Jack Martin, alongside Christian Buckley.
Howdy.
Howdy. You keep saying howdy here and there.
Yeah, I mean, I like Red Dead.
Yes.
You know?
Is that where it comes from?
Probably.
I keep calling everyone Cowboy. Like I call my buddy Mike Connors, hey Cowboy.
All right.
I think it's from Red Dead Redemption 2.
Probably.
I want to play that game some more. Didn't really get some time into that.
Do you finish it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Big time.
I was going to say, this might turn into a Red Dead podcast
Yeah.
in like a split second if you didn't finish that game.
Shout out to Jared Petty's Red Dead Radio.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But if you don't know what this show is, each week I'm playing through Pokemon Blue. I've never played a Pokemon before, so I'm going to do that. And Christian Buckley has played a lot of Pokemon, so he's going to guide me through this journey while he's playing Pokemon Red.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a good time. This is the final episode
Yeah.
of the Pokemon Blue journey that I'm on.
Yeah. It's funny. You're still using the active tense of playing and guiding.
Yes.
You're done.
I'm done.
How does it feel?
I rolled credits. Very satisfying because, boy,
Awesome.
howdy, was this recent gameplay session just really frustrating.
Okay.
Like the most frustrated I've ever been playing a game, probably.
Ever.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
pretty up there.
Okay.
Pretty up there.
I'm excited.
A lot of parts just angry at the game itself.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of parts just angry at game mechanics.
Okay.
At myself
I'm
for
excited
some poor
to
decisions.
tear into this.
But we're gonna get into it. Yeah.
Last week we left off, you finished Victory Road,
Yes.
and you did not like it.
Victory Road. Yeah, I ran out of repels or repels.
And like the strength puzzles, you didn't like that,
Yeah,
right?
no.
With the boulders and stuff.
Just yeah, I wanted to get through that as quickly as possible, and I kept running into goddamn not Zubats, but whatever else I was running into.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I made it out of there, and here I am right before the Elite Four.
Yes, sir.
Let me pull
Any
up my notes here.
expectations? You get to this building.
Yes.
It's called the Pokemon League. You
Right.
walk in. It's a Pokemon Center that's
Yeah.
like bigger,
Big Pokemon.
and there's a Pokemart
Mm-hmm.
in the other corner.
Yes.
So-
Seems like I'm gearing up for battle.
Yeah.
But before that, let me run you through my current party.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Blastoise,
Mhm.
he's level 50.
Okay.
Raichu is a level 41.
Mm-hmm.
Dugtrio is a level 36.
Okay.
These are gonna. I make some amendments to these. This party, by the way.
Okay.
Rhyhorn is level 27.
Nice.
Victory Bell is level 27, and Moltres is level 50. I will say Rhyhorn canned
Oh.
later on.
Okay.
I throw Flareon back in there, but that's
Nice.
not for a while.
Okay.
I actually run through the Elite Four twice, and we'll get to that.
Oh, only twice?
Yeah, but
Okay. Oh.
not really.
Okay.
Not like kind of, and I'll explain how that comes to be.
I'll do a quick update too for my team.
Mm-hmm.
I normally when I go back to play the first generation, I like bringing people in that I've never used before.
Yeah.
This is a classic Christian Buckley team right now.
Mm.
I tried hard, but I was like, the pace I was going through this game, I was like, I know who I know who I need. So I got a Venusaur, high level. I don't know the level off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
Venusaur named Bud. Venusaur named Bud. A Raichu named Zapper.
Mm-hmm.
A Arcanine named Duke,
Duke.
after my aunt's childhood dog.
Oh,
who
cool.
I was terrified of. I have a
With a Bush's Baked Beans dog, Duke.
that too. He looked like that too.
Oh,
It was like the same kind of dog.
Oh. Was he the Bush's Baked Bean dog?
Honestly, it could have been Airbud too.
I'm Hannah Montana.
All looked very similar. I have a Nidoking named Spike, a Primeape named Koba.
Mm-hmm.
Primeape was the new addition this time.
I see.
So there's still one. It's not like a huge difference, but it's still him. And then a Lapras named Flounder.
Is Primeape a Pokemon Red exclusive?
He is.
Because I've never run into this.
Have you ran into a Mankey?
Maybe?
It's like a little fuzzball monkey that's like, and he fights.
Oh, perhaps.
Fighting type. Primeape is just a meaner looking Mankey.
Oh.
He's a cool guy.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
So
And they carried me through the last few gyms and through the Elite Four. So.
Oh, that's good. So what I realized, there's a young gentleman who says that I have to face the Elite Four to become the Pokemon champion. Is that what it is?
The Pokemon champion.
And if I lose, I have to start all the way over.
Yes, the gauntlet.
And I'm like, all right, I've faced pretty much no severe difficulties recently.
Yeah.
I feel like this might be challenging, quote unquote, but won't be too hard.
Right.
It won't be too hard.
You've only hit like a couple walls too.
Yeah,
like Misty gave you a little bit of trouble. Erica did too, right?
Right.
But most of the rest, like Koga was a little annoying, but wasn't really difficult.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
But the Elite Four means serious business.
Yes, so I'm a little nervous, but we'll see about that. I look at my inventory and I have 40,000 Pokebucks.
Okay.
I don't know. Did they just gift you that? I didn't know I had that.
Have you been buying things often? Have you been dying often?
No.
Then that's just what you've been earning.
Interesting. They didn't give you money?
I don't think so.
Interesting. Maybe I got it from the 8th gym and just like didn't realize it.
I don't think you got 40,000 at once, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's stuff that you've like built up over time. Yeah.
Interesting. Usually I only get like 20 something or 30 at the highest. So I looked at my inventory. I was like, oh wow, I got a lot. This is my first mistake. I bought some max potions. I probably had like 10.
Mm-hmm.
But I got like max repels and like a few revives and like great balls for some reason.
Yeah.
Big mistake. And I learned from my mistake after. But that's what I purchased going into
this
battle.
You bought those?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were just running through your inventory. Like,
no.
You bought great balls for the Elite Four.
Yeah.
Were you expecting like
an
environment?
No, I thought I'd be done after, and then I'd just explore the world.
Okay.
But I soon realized that you beat the Elite Four and a mystery opponent, and then you're done with the game. Kind of. You can like go back into it.
Yeah.
But I realized that later, because obviously I didn't know what I was expecting.
Yeah. So what were you expecting going in? The Elite Four. It's clear that there are 4 opponents you got to beat.
I expected like 4 gyms.
Okay.
Like with different types of stuff you have to maneuver through.
So like more dungeony,
yes.
Like a hybrid of gym and dungeon.
Right. That's what I expected.
Okay. They do that not with the Elite Four. The Elite Four in most games actually is the cleanest looking sequence of high-skilled trainers.
Okay.
Like gyms always have all this weird crap. There's a puzzle a lot of the times. I think it's Gen 4. There's an ice gym, and it's the worst puzzle I've ever played in a Pokemon game because it's like ice floors. So you got to slide and you stop when you hit a rock or a wall.
No.
But if you retread, you fall down a level, and then you got to get your way back up, and it's the worst.
I really dislike that.
Yeah, it's not good.
So I buy some useless things.
Yes, you
much. Do. And I got like some max potions, and I have some hyper potions.
Mm-hmm.
So I go in there, expecting not too much of a challenge.
Question before we get into this.
Yeah.
Do you have the Elite Four and their team written down? Because if not, I will look them up.
I have Lorelai, Bruno, Agatha.
Mm-hmm.
After Agatha is Lance.
Okay.
And that's 4.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. And I have most of their Pokemon. Some of them I got towards the end. I got really mad and stopped like keeping track. But
yeah, I'll pull up a list just so I have some reference.
Okay.
Because again, played this game to death. Can't remember their teams. I know Lorelai's first, right?
Lorelai's first, and Lorelai is Icy Pokemon.
Yeah, because she's got a Cloyster, she's got a Dugong.
Yeah, so this is my order with L'Oreal. L'Oreal. Dugong, Cloyster, Slowbro, Jinx, and a Lapras.
All right, yeah. First off, a couple of those are new to you, aren't they? Running into them for the first time?
Dugong, maybe?
Dugong is the evolved form of Seal, which I know you've seen before.
Yeah, Dugong I think was new. Jinx, perhaps?
Jinx, there's a strange history with. Because Jinx... Are you familiar with Dragon Ball Z at all?
No.
So on Dragon Ball Z, there's this character named Mr. Popo.
Okay.
Who is kind of racist in his design. He's like the blackest black you can get. He's like a little imp, and he's got like big lips that are red. Not cool. And then in like the Nickelodeon, when they aired Dragon Ball Z, they made him blue, and they like they did their best to change it.
Right.
And people go back and forth on like what the intent was.
Definitely racist.
Yeah. But Jinx is more so guilty of being a racist design.
Oh.
I don't know if, again, intentional, because I haven't studied this a ton, but Jinx original model is like clearly wearing like her hair is like clearly a wig.
Oh.
And then like blackface, big lips. Not cool.
Not cool, Pokemon.
But as time has gone on, they changed Jinx. Jinx is like purple now. The lips are smaller.
Okay.
Still a weird looking Pokemon.
Interesting. All right.
And I think that's the first time you face the Jinx.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Jinx is a weird one. Same with Mr. Mime. Jinx and Mr. Mime I get weird vibes from.
Yeah. So for this battle, I start with my dude, Bulbasaur. No, not Bulbasaur.
My dude Bulbasaur.
Blastoise. I don't know why I said Bulbasaur. But I quickly switched to Raichu and Victory Bell because I know that they have some advantage over water types, and I imagine it's sort of similar to ice. Yeah. What is ice weak against?
From what I can remember right now, I think fire.
That would make sense, but then I feel like they have water moves.
The thing is, that's something you have to take into account.
Right.
Because there are some mixed types. There are some Pokemon that can learn different moves that you may be weak to. So it's good that you're thinking of those possibilities because that is a real possibility.
Yeah. And I really didn't have too difficult a time this go through. The only one I think that gave me trouble was Dugong.
Okay, that makes sense.
Which is interesting, but the next time we'll get into it, Lapras was very difficult for me.
Lapras, yeah, man. Lapras is rough.
This go-to wasn't too bad for me.
Yeah.
So I defeat Lorelei. I probably lose some potions along the way and a revive. I think Victory Bell goes down.
Okay. Do you have... But so you used a revive, you mean, on someone? Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
At some point or another, Victory Bell's gone.
Okay.
I don't know when. Maybe I'll get into it. Next up is Bruno.
Bruno is...
Fighting types.
Fighting, okay.
Yeah. So he has an Onyx. He has a Hitmonchan.
Yes.
Hitmonlee.
Yes.
Another Onyx. And a Machamp.
Yes.
And this one was great because I took no damage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I used Blastoise.
So just one hitting?
Not one hitting, but like...
They were using probably like stat buffs?
I think they were using stat buffs.
Okay,
yeah.
and then that makes sense because fighting types normally like to do like buffs to either their defense or attack before they like real go in.
Right.
But the AI does at least. So that makes sense if you're able to get like 2 really solid hits with your Blastoise in on them. But yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so like that was pretty easy this go through. Next time, again, it wasn't that easy. Agatha I had some real difficulty with.
Agatha's Ghost?
She's, Ghost and like Psychic. Okay. Mostly Ghost, I guess. A Gengar.
Gengar.
Golbat.
What do you think of Gengar?
I'm trying to remember what Gengar looks like.
Look him up.
Okay. I remember this was like very difficult.
Gengar is a great Pokemon design because it's like so clearly a Pokemon, but it's so simple and so cool looking.
Oh, Gengar looks familiar.
He's in the intro to the anime.
That's why.
That's probably it.
He's terrifying, actually, in Pokemon Blue.
Yeah, the sprite for Gengar is something. That grin.
Yeah, he's really terrifying.
Yeah.
Gengar, a Golbat, a Haunter, an Arbok, and another Gengar. But this Gengar was like super powerful.
Okay. Haunter evolves to Gengar through trade.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
This I had a lot of difficulty with.
Okay.
I don't know what's good against ghost types.
Again, fire is pretty useful from my experience. Psychic.
Yeah.
I believe.
Okay.
I always get confused with Psychic because like Psychic and Dark and Ghost have like this weird overlap on like who's weak to what. But I'm pretty sure Psychic is good against Ghost and Fire in my case usually is. But again, that might just be me judging it based on growing up with a super overpowered Charizard that can destroy almost anything that's not rock or water.
Yeah.
With one hit.
What I'll say about this Elite Four, I wish they told you in advance what they will be in the order they will be. So you can prepare like, oh, a water or an ice type's coming up. I'm going to put this Pokemon up front. Oh, a fighting Pokemon or Pokemon champion is up.
Yeah. I think in later games there might be some like little tidbits throughout the world of like, oh, I hear this person likes this type, something like that. Because it's funny. I almost like second nature. I just know who's like the order of like ice, a lot of like attack based people for Bruno, then ghost, and then dragon. Like that's always like just in my head. It's like not even thinking about it.
Yeah, and these are types that I'm not like super familiar with.
Yeah, that's why I like the Elite Four a lot, because there's not a ton of overlap with gyms.
Yeah,
and when it is, usually they fight with a different style.
And this reminds me of, are you a big Avatar: The Last Airbender guy?
I wouldn't say big, but I am a fan.
You appreciate it?
Yes.
This reminds me of, this even goes into like the Legend of Korra, when like certain benders are certain specialty benders.
Right. Yeah.
So like,
like the blood benders.
Yeah, you could be a water bender, but you specialize in blood bending, or you could be an earth bender, but you specialize in metal bending. This is what that reminded me of.
Okay.
Like like an ice Pokemon.
That's a cool comparison.
Dragon Pokemon. I think that was really cool.
Yeah.
That's the extent of my anime knowledge, and it's really not even anime. It's like American anime.
Yeah, I mean, Pokemon is on Netflix, dude.
It's true. I should get into that.
It is.
So yeah. So my tactic here was to just keep switching Pokemon because I had no clue what to do.
Not bad.
Eventually I get through it. It's really difficult.
Oh, so you got through Agatha also?
I got through Agatha, and I learned Hydro Pump for Blastoise.
Ooh, nice.
Which is a pretty good one.
That's good.
Got rid of Skull Bash. Although Skull Bash is pretty good.
Skull Bash? So, do you end up replacing Skull Bash for Bite? Or did you have both?
No, I had Bite, Bubble Beam, Surf, and Skull Bash, and I got rid of Skull Bash for Hydro Pump.
So you still have Bubble Beam?
I still have Bite, Bubble Beam, Surf.
Okay.
And Hydro Pump.
All right.
Is Hydro Pump is a better version of Surf, isn't it? It uses like the same animation.
So that doesn't have much of a crossover there.
Oh, okay.
But Hydro Pump, it's for me personally, it's like the way I imagine what the move would do in real life. I'm usually fine replacing a move I learned earlier that also has the similar thing. So Bubble Beam would be a stream of bubbles.
Yeah.
Hydro Pump, stream of water.
Oh, okay.
That's in my mind is like what I would do.
I see.
Like, what's another good comparison? Like Pikachu, for example. I think Thunder Shock you learn.
Yeah.
And then later on down the line, you can learn Thunder.
Oh.
And Thunder is like way stronger. So I would just delete Thunder Shock for Thunder.
Okay. I still haven't learned that yet.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I beat Agatha.
Mm-hmm.
My team is not looking too hot these days. I'm pretty sure Victory Bell's gone.
Yeah, I mean, you can't bring it back since you wasted all that money on Great Balls.
My revives, I think, are pretty much... I have like maybe like 2 revives left, but I don't really want to waste it on
smart
Victory Bell. So I get to Lance. And this is where I get really annoyed. So I didn't take too many notes. But he's the Dragon Trainer.
Yes.
And he has a Gyarados, a Dragonair, another Dragonair, an Aerodactyl, and I forget the last one.
I will look it up. I was half paying attention because I knew you weren't going to have them all.
Yeah.
So, Lance.
Yes.
Dragon type.
Dragon type.
What do you think of that?
I imagine when I heard Dragon type, I'm like, oh, this is Fire type then, similar.
Mm-hmm. So, for a quick little recap. Hold on. My phone's being weird. So, you thought Fire?
I thought he would be mostly Fire-based.
Okay, so there is a Dragon type. Not all of his Pokemon are Dragon type.
Mm-hmm.
Because, that's just how the game works.
Right.
Like, Gyarados is water flying. Dragonair, he has 2 Dragonair. Both dragon. Aerodactyl is rock and flying.
Okay.
And then Dragonite is dragon and flying.
Yeah, see, this is where I had some difficulty.
Okay.
But I got through him eventually. Mm-hmm. But my team at this point is so battered.
Right.
And I was like, oh, thank God I beat it. This is when the game really pissed me off. You're not done yet.
What was your immediate reaction when you heard Ash's intro music play?
Oh, I was so so mad. I was like, all right, can you at least like let me heal my Pokemon? That is so dumb. That made me so mad. I wrote some expletives here that I want to say. But I should definitely be able to heal my Pokemon for one last battle. That's ridiculous. Because Ash didn't have to fight 5 people.
Well,
right?
He did.
He fought the Elite Four.
He's the champion now.
Well, his Pokemon are all healed, though.
Yeah, because
Fully healed.
as you'll learn eventually, when you induct your Pokemon team into the Hall of Fame, you put them in a little incubator like the Pokemon Center.
Yeah.
So they'd be healed.
I should have been able to do that.
Yeah.
I should have at least been like, okay, full heal. Just give it your go.
I mean,
I have like half health on all my Pokemon.
I think for your first time, this is like a trial by fire thing.
Yeah.
Because I always like stock all of my money at the end of the game into potions and stuff.
Yeah.
Every single fight, immediately after I'm done, I save the game.
Yes.
And then I do revives, heals, status effects, and the stuff, whatever potion restores the PP. I think ethers.
Yeah, either. They didn't have that in the store.
Really?
Yeah.
Weird. And then, yeah, and then I just keep going until I get to the end, and then I make sure during the fight at the end, because sometimes, I think in this one, it was like, after you beat him, you're just automatically carried.
Yes.
You don't get to walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in that fight, I'm like making sure my team is up, so that way when I walk in, I got all my bullets ready.
Right. Yeah, it was very difficult.
Yeah.
It's funny, so this is his lineup. Pidgeot, Alakazam, Rhydon, Gyarados, Arcanine, and what am I missing? Oh, his
Venusaur.
Venusaur. The first 3 I beat with Blastoise with 3 HP. I like didn't take a hit.
I'm scared of your Blastoise.
Yeah, and
so he throws out Venusaur.
he throws out Venusaur, and then I have Raichu, and I'm just like trying as hard as I can. But that's it. I have nothing
Yeah,
left.
because you have no advantages at that point, right?
No.
Because you said before we started this run, you said that you threw Flareon in the mix. That was the second time.
That was the second
so
time.
you didn't have any defense against.
No.
Okay. Yeah, that's rough.
It was really bad. So I like had to put the game away. It was really.
Is that when we're recording this a couple days after we normally do? Was that when you shut it down? You're like, hey, I'm stuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
That's fair. Because that's a trial at the end.
Yeah.
So I totally understand needing time away from that because like
so
that is
frustrated.
That is rough.
I will say I got through the Elite Four without dying.
Yeah, that's impressive. First time.
I was pretty impressed by that. And
I would never want to face your Blastoise in a fight ever.
Yeah, they hit me with that Ash surprise.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a surprise. Like I was kind of expecting.
Oh, really?
I mean, like these aren't good surprises
he's always been
anymore.
ahead of you the entire game.
Yeah. Oh god, that really made me mad. So I was like, all right, now I know what to do. I have 40,000 Pokebucks. That's what it's called in canon.
Yes.
In our canon. So I essentially just like I had like 25 max potions, and I had like a decent amount of revives, and that's like what I bought. And then I like did the same thing. I had Flareon in the mix. I got rid of Rhydon because he wasn't really doing much for me.
Okay.
And yeah, essentially I just go right through it, and I would save after every trainer. And if I like made it through and like worse for wear, I would like reload the save and then like start doing it.
I mean, that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
Like, I think the first time as a kid that I beat the Elite Four was Emerald. Because by the time I played Emerald, I had a lot of experience with the earlier games.
Yeah.
But I was still like not fully able to like grasp the mechanics of the Elite Four.
Right.
And in this game, they are pretty tough. So, yeah, the Elite Four is a challenge.
It was a lot.
The fact that you were able to get through it your first time is worth commending.
Yeah. And then eventually like I make it to Ash, and I have like a bunch of potions left, so I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Let's get through it. And the only Pokemon that's difficult for me is Venusaur.
Okay. So in your second run,
yep.
You mentioned a couple people give you some difficulties on your second
Yes.
time going through. Lapras.
Lapras really did it in for me.
With what move it is again?
Lapras has a Hyper Beam, I'm pretty sure.
Okay,
as well.
but is there also something song?
What would that do?
I think so. What it is, it's like they use the move and then you die in like 3 turns.
Oh no, I did not have that move used against me.
Okay.
That'd be insane.
That might not be this gen.
Okay.
That is a move though.
Okay. Yeah, Lapras gave me some difficulty.
Okay.
What really gave me difficulty with a lot of Pokemon was the confusion move.
Yeah, man, confusion will
I
get
hate
you.
that. And you can't even use anything against that. Like for items.
Yeah, you just gotta wait.
Don't like that.
The worst thing is when you think you're so clever, like you have someone and then they get confusion. It's like, oh, easy, I'll just take them back and throw someone else out. They hit you with the confusion again. Do it again. Third Pokemon, get hit with confusion. And then you're just like, so do I just try and wait, or do I like risk the rest of my team being confused?
Yeah.
And then I'm just screwed.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
So that really gave me a lot of difficulty. Lapras was a big offender with that one. And the Hyper Beam that he had. That was like probably the most difficult Pokemon of the bunch.
So out of the entire Elite Four?
Yeah, Lapras. Yeah, it was just very difficult.
What about Dragonite? What do you think of Dragonite?
Dragonite?
It's the only straight up dragon.
Yeah, I don't feel like Dragonite was overly difficult for me.
What about design?
Let me see what Dragonite looks like here.
You're probably going to have a different opinion if you see what it actually looks like versus the sprite, because Dragonite is notoriously like the doofy dragon guy.
Oh.
Like he's just super round.
He looks like Charizard, no?
The sprite or the actual
The
model?
actual.
The
Yeah.
actual one, he's like puffy.
Puff the Magic Dragon. He's orange.
Yeah.
Oh, Charizard's a little more like demon-y.
Yeah, and he's like, Charizard's like, he works out.
Yeah.
Dragonite's just like, I'm a Hufflepuff.
Yeah, no,
You know?
definitely. Yeah, Dragonite is the only dragon.
Yeah.
Interesting.
In this one.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I always liked Dragonite. I was like, oh, he's cool, but he's like, he evolves from the second form, because it goes Dratini, Dragonair, Dragonite, which is a weird line, because Dratini and Dragonair look so similar, and then Dragonite, not even the same color, has legs now, arms, like, it's weird. I always liked it, and then I realized at some point that he's just this, like, doofus that nobody is a big fan of.
Where can you find these dragon types?
So Dratini, I think you might be able to get in the Safari Zone,
Oh, makes
but
sense.
I know for sure you can buy it in the Game Corner.
The
remember-
Game Corner.
In Celadon City, the Rocket Hideout.
Oh.
There's a little prize booth on the side that has some TMs and some items, also some Pokemon. That's where I told you about Porygon.
Yes.
Remember that one?
Yeah.
Porygon is there, Dratini's there.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's an investment though.
I see.
Usually each gen has a Pokemon line that's like, it takes some time to get to where you're going. Like, there's a one called, there's this Pokemon called Salamence, also a dragon, that comes down the line. You have Baggin, that's how I pronounce it, which looks like a little doofy baby, and probably goes to like 25 levels of being like that, maybe 30, and then you get Shelgon, which again sticks around for like another 20 levels, and then you get the third form at like mid 50s.
Oh, wow.
So it's an investment.
That's really far.
Yeah.
I don't even have a Pokemon that's mid 50s.
Yeah, see?
So-
So imagine like trying to get your last evolution there, and if that's the one you want,
Yeah.
it takes a long time. It's not even a starter, so you have to usually get that thing late in the game.
Yeah, that's a ton.
Yeah.
You know what I did to earn more Pokebucks? I had the 40,000. I also got like 20,000 from selling things. I sold all of my TMs
Okay.
that I just kept.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm not going to use these at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Got rid of them
Yeah, that's fine.
and got 20,000 for that.
Not bad.
So I got a bunch of more
Yeah.
max potions. But yeah, I made it through to the end.
Round 2.
Yeah, round 2. And then I became the new Pokemon League champion.
No problem with Venusaur this time?
Not really.
With your
'cause-
Flareon?
Yeah, I used Flareon. So I used Blastoise at the beginning.
Mhm.
He got knocked out, and then Flareon came in. Sealed the deal.
Do you remember what kind of fire type moves Flareon has? Like, did you teach it
Um,
any, or did it learn any?
Ember and Fire Spin.
Oh, Fire Spin's alright.
Yeah,
so
Fire Spin's pretty good.
Fire Spin usually burns too. Or
Yes.
I don't know if it burns or if it's like, oh, they're stuck in a fiery vortex.
It's Burn.
Burn,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah, so that's what that
Nice.
was. I will say the Hall of Fame is really cool.
Yeah, I love
'Cause,
that
like,
thing.
you get like a really detailed look at your Pokemon.
Yeah,
I think that was pretty cool.
it is cool. I love that part of every Pokemon game
Mhm.
so much.
Yeah.
In Let's Go, which again, relevant remake. The Hall of Fame is cool. It's like super 3D. So it's like you're in this weird tunnel and it's like zooming in on like each one you have.
Nice.
I love the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Because my favorite part of the Hall of Fame is like it leaves your stamp, but also it's like, for me personally, the team that I've created and like raised with sometimes like weird choices for Pokemon, it's like one of the greats, you know?
Yeah.
Like that honor of being in that world treated that way.
It's very
like,
personal.
Yeah. Like in mine, there was just an Execute, that little bundle of eggs in the Hall of Fame now.
Hell yeah.
So I love that about Pokemon.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Mm.
And I rolled credits.
Nice.
I played for 26 hours and 51 minutes.
Nice.
Eventually, I keep going a little bit, and it was like 27 minutes, hours. So
you beat the Elite Four.
I beat the Elite Four, and you...
And the champion.
And I...
Oak shows up.
Yeah, Oak shows up.
And he's...
Oh, yeah. He was like mad at Ash.
Yeah.
And happy for me. It was really strange.
Family issues.
Yeah, a lot of family issues. I don't know why Ash is such a jerk.
His grandpa clearly doesn't love him.
Yeah, it's very true.
Yeah. So, then, yeah, you roll credits after the Hall of Fame thing.
I messaged you, and I was like, I'm done. And you're like, have you done any backtracking? I was like, no, but I'll go to that cave that I couldn't go to. So that's the first thing I did.
So you wake up in your house, right?
Yeah, I went back to Pallet Town, and there was like no new dialogue options.
Yeah.
So I go right back to, what was it, Celadon?
Cerulean.
Cerulean, yep.
The Cerulean Cave.
Right. And I had no repels here.
Oh.
So I went back to the mart there, and I just got basic repels.
You forgot how frequent you had to use basics?
That, and they also just didn't work.
Oh, yeah, because everything's higher level than you.
Everything's super high level.
Only the champion can enter here.
Here's some really cool things that I got.
Okay.
Or that I found. There's a Kadabra in there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Megaton in there, or Megaton. Wigglytuff. I was like, wow, you're really big. Like, facing Wigglytuff, he's really big.
It's funny because in actual scale, I think Wigglytuff is only like 3 feet tall.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Raichu was in there.
Nice.
Thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, I wrote down, Repel just doesn't work in this. And it really didn't.
Yeah.
And of course, at the very end of this cave,
there's another Pokemon just sitting there.
was another Pokemon. I was like, oh, this is another, like, flying type,
The legendary
perhaps?
bird.
Which is not, because you told me that it's in
A power plant.
Power Plant.
Yes.
This one was Mewtwo.
Yes, it
It
was.
was really cool.
Were you expecting this?
I think you told me this at some point or another, and I forgot about it.
Yeah, I told you Mewtwo was in the game. I
Right.
didn't tell you where he was or how to get him.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, cool. And I remember you saying people wait to use their Master Ball for Mewtwo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had some Ultra Balls on hand, though.
Those work?
They did.
Eventually.
Yeah. So I
Or-
got him down to, like, really
Yeah.
down, like, far down on his health.
Yes.
And I threw some Ultra Balls at him. And it worked.
Yeah.
Surprisingly. Some of them, like, just missed. Or, like,
So you remember how many you probably ended up trying?
probably, like...
Or in like the 20s? Like, what are we talking?
Oh, I don't think it was that high.
15s?
10.
Or the teens, I guess.
Yeah.
Why did I say the 15s?
Probably.
Okay.
So
So you got a Mewtwo.
I got a Mewtwo. I haven't
Strong
used
dude.
him yet.
Very strong
Yeah, he was
Pokemon.
level 70.
That's the highest wild Pokemon you can get.
Wow. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, he's real good.
I just wanted to have him.
Yeah.
I haven't used him yet, and yeah. I don't know if I'll go back to this. Maybe I'll go to the power plant and see what's up, but
Yeah.
that's kind of all I have left, I feel.
Power plant?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, what do you think?
Of the game?
Yeah, that was the last thing you did, right?
Yeah. It was fun. Very frustrating at some points.
Mm-hmm.
But it was good to go back and play this game that I've never played before.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I was frustrated by the game mechanics because it's like really old,
Yes.
over 20-something years old.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes sense, though. I kind of expected that.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to play the brand new Pokemon
Okay.
because I imagine I'll still enjoy myself, like the gameplay loop, but also not be frustrated by the game mechanics.
Yeah. So, the second part of this episode, this is going to be slightly longer than normal.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about things that you might have missed in your playthrough.
Yeah.
Just general lore questions if you have any questions you want to ask.
Okay.
And sort of fill in a little bit of the gap of where the franchise has come. I don't want to spoil you too much on like things that have happened, just because I know you're eager about the new game. So I'm not going to tell you like every single improvement, but there are some things that they've changed. So first thing that I am shocked you did never come across.
What's that?
Unless you just forgot to mention it. Fly.
I don't think I did.
Okay.
What's this fly business? Pokemon?
Fly is an HM.
Oh, yeah. Where is that?
I think it's in the Safari Zone.
Oh.
Maybe. I don't remember. But Fly, you teach to a Pokemon that can fly.
Okay.
And it's basically fast travel.
Oh, damn.
It's fast travel to any of the points on the map. Not like routes.
Yeah.
So towns.
That sucks.
And it drops you right in front of a Pokemon Center.
Oh, I wish I got that. Oh, it's so frustrating.
Yeah, how much of your time do you think was just trying to backtrack and traveling? Yeah.
A lot.
That's because the thing is, I was like waiting because I was like, are you just like going to hit it? And then by the time we got to the Elite Four with Viridian City, I was like, guess we're just going with it.
So that's totally missable.
Yeah. And obviously you don't need it.
I want to look where that is. You think it's in the Safari Zone?
I think so.
That probably sounds right. Because I like breezed through that, like to get to the very end.
Yeah, because I think there's a couple things in the Safari Zone you can get.
Wait, Route 16.
Route 16? Oh, okay, I might be
Cycling Road.
You fly on Cycling Road?
I guess so.
In red and blue.
Yeah, you will find a small hut. Yeah.
Huh.
You like go. Yeah, interesting. It's near the Snorlax a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, I think I know where this is. There's a ton of like trainers there.
Oh, is that where all the birds were?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't get fly either, but I wasn't really eager for it because, again, I was just kind of beelining this entire story.
Right.
So, yeah, you missed out on fast travel.
That is very unfortunate.
Always returns. Every game has fly.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the TMs usually, most of the HMs usually stay consistent throughout the series of like, you will get surf, you'll get fly.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you get, I think Gen 3 introduced waterfall.
Oh.
So there's some caves or dungeons where there's a waterfall.
Yeah.
And you need a Pokemon who knows surf so you can go over the water. Then you also need someone who knows waterfall so they can like rise you up a waterfall.
Oh, cool.
And then go through a stream that way. That got annoying because sometimes like your water type would just have 2 moves filled by HMs.
Yeah.
Or then you need 2 water types in your team. So that was annoying. But as of now, I'm not sure if Sword and Shield will continue this trend, but the past few games have. No more HMs.
What?
No more HMs.
Why?
Because people always complain about them. Nobody likes having an HM slave.
I see.
So they give you alternatives.
Alternatives?
In Sun and Moon, there's a pager you can use, and you can like set it to a hotkey on your D-pad.
Oh.
So like, I could set it that left will call a Machamp that will carry you in 2 arms, and then his other 2 arms will be used for strength stuff.
Okay.
There's a mudslide, I think, which is a horse that allows you to use Rock Smash, similar to Cut. There are Charizard, you call Charizard for fly, stuff like that.
That's cool.
And then in Let's Go, they made it so your starter Pokemon, Pikachu or Eevee, could learn techniques which fulfill the HM moves.
Interesting.
And they didn't take up a slot.
Oh, cool.
So it was like my Pikachu had his like attack moves, his defense moves, and all that stuff. And then in the menu, there's an option of like partner bonus or whatever it was called. And it was like you sat on a swing with a bunch of balloons to fly. And then if you want to surf, you just throw a surfboard down, and then you and Pikachu are surfing.
Cool. I like that. It's annoying to kind of have a move taken up by an HM. Unless it's good, but...
Also, most places where you would need to use an HM, if you walk up to something, the thing that you would need to use the HM on, you just hit A, it asks you if you want to do it if they have that person in your team.
Good.
No more menu for that.
Good.
So that's a big difference.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure you'll appreciate and will alleviate a lot of the stress of menus.
For sure.
One of the things people are critical about in Pokemon now is the intense level of tutorials.
No tutorials in this game, essentially.
Kinda. Like the closest thing is the old man that you missed. The guy who's like asleep on the road in Viridian City. When you go back to him, he's like, "Hey, do you know how to catch Pokemon?" Oh. You don't get the choice to miss that in the future games.
Oh.
Pretty much every game, because the thing is, the idea is any game could be someone's first Pokemon game. So basic mechanics need to be conveyed.
I see.
Not stuff like, oh, this is a Pokemon Center, this is how gyms work, stuff like that. It's more of this is how catching works. You watch a cutscene of someone going through the motions to catch something. Battling usually gives you some sort of tutorial. So
cool.
Get used to that.
Yeah.
You're probably going to get hit with some of that in Sun and Moon.
That's
Sorry,
probably...
and Sword and Shield.
Sword and Shield. That's probably fine for me. Just so I can like relearn, but also maybe learn stuff that I wasn't like thinking about.
And new stuff.
Yeah.
Sun and Moon, I know people were very angry about because I don't know if this is specific, but people are like, oh, the first 5 hours are just cutscenes and tutorials.
Yeah.
Again, I didn't mind it because it was like a weirdly... one of the first times I ever saw Pokemon take a cinematic approach to things, which was kind of cool. Very story heavy at the beginning.
Yeah.
So the story also gets more of a presence as the game's going.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, is the story all about becoming the next Pokemon League champion?
That's always a goal in the game.
Okay.
So you will always have an Elite Four. Always. And a champion. And then if you beat them, you are the new champion. Story comes into play more, I'll say, in Gen 3. Gen 2 has some story stuff, more than the first does. But it's more like world storytelling in that. If you want to compare it to something maybe like Dark Souls.
Okay.
How they tell their story through characters in the world, not like through actual pieces of dialogue or story. Gen 3 is like two teams, Team Magma and Team Aqua, that want to revive this legendary beast to rebirth the world.
Legendary beast.
It's a legendary Pokemon.
Okay, that sounds like Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, kind of.
Weren't those called legendary beasts?
I forgot what they were called.
Who knows? Actually, let me look it up.
But the term isn't legendary beast. That's just what I was
using
to describe
okay.
it.
Yeah.
So it's like Groudon in one version, Kyogre in the other. Team Magma wants to coat the Earth in lava so they can rebuild on the structure of the Earth. Team Aqua wants to flood the Earth.
Interesting.
So that way they can, again, rebuild. Do like a mass cleanse of everything to make the world in their vision. And then you have to stop it.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool.
And then every game after that usually deals with something about the same thing. About the legendary Pokemon is going to be used by this evil team so they can pursue their goal. Sometimes it's cool, sometimes it's generic.
The story isn't the main focus.
Well, the thing is, like, it is, but it's usually repetitive.
Yeah.
Gen 5, which I don't have a ton of experience with, did something cool where the evil team was like kind of like PETA. But because they were like, oh, you just control Pokemon, they deserve to be free. Yeah. But they fight with Pokemon. Like, Gen 5 did some cool stuff with the story, but that's about the extent. And then Sun and Moon did like cinematic stuff. So I'm sure Sword and Shield is going to be iterating on the Sun and Moon storytelling style.
The Divine Beasts was the
there you go
Breath of the Wild stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely excited. I think one of the regrets I have with this game is not equally using my Pokemon.
Okay.
Because obviously my Blastoise is my dude.
Yeah.
So I used him a bunch. But even like Raichu, who's like my number 2 dude, is like a level 41. He's like 9 levels behind.
Okay, yeah.
So
I mean,
there's a bit of a gap.
That's not a huge deal. Personally, for me, I like having them usually all around the same. Usually that just means more grinding for me. Because I'll hit a point where it's like, hey, these guys are like 4 levels higher. And then I'm like, okay, well, I need to raise everybody 4 levels higher. Later generations, again, make it easier to do that.
Yeah.
With items and EXP shares, stuff like that.
Do you always do 6 Pokemon?
Always 6.
Okay.
You can't get more. You can have less.
No, like, do you personally always
me?
use 6 in your party?
For the most part. I'm never really in a rush to get my 6. Like, usually, as time goes on, I'll, like, just slowly accrue my full 6.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I usually, by the end of the game, have 6.
Cool.
So, yeah. I like having the diverse lineup, too. So,
That's nice.
that was a good thing that you learned early.
I liked having... It just seemed like they kind of wanted you to do that, like, have different types and be... They kind of, like, stress that, like, don't just focus on one Pokemon. Like,
Yeah.
have a bunch of different types, make them all strong. I tried to make Victory Bell strong. He just was not. He just, like, wasn't cooperating.
Grass can be hard if you
Yeah.
catch them late in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't learn their best moves until, like, the mid-20s.
Mm.
So, that can be tough.
Yeah. It was fine. I used Victory Bell when I needed.
Yeah, like, when... In the case of Grass, like, when you have that opportunity to use it as an advantage,
Mm-hmm.
always feels real good.
Yeah.
And always usually works.
Oh, yeah.
But for the most part with other stuff, it's not like Fire, which can, like, almost burn through almost anything.
Mm-hmm.
Again, for me, because I overlevel Charizard all the time.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Grass is good. Grass is more tactical. I don't know if you ever play Magic the Gathering.
No.
It's comparable to Blue, I guess. Like, it's very much, like, about status.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
If I had to do this over again, Charizard would be my dude. Or Charmander would be my
Charmander?
dude. Yeah.
Just, do you think for the different experience, or do you regret going Blastoise?
No, just for a different experience.
Okay.
I love my Squirtle, dude.
Mhm.
He's my dude.
Yeah.
He's probably my favorite Pokemon.
Makes sense. He's a lot of people's favorite.
Yeah, he's really cute.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets stuff done.
Yeah.
So I appreciated that about Squirtle.
Are there any Pokemon you've come across in this game that you just despise? Their design?
Yes.
Let's hear it.
Machamp.
Oh, really?
Or the one, I think it's Machamp.
Machop is the first
Oh,
one.
I think it's Machop. Machop just, like, shouldn't look the way it looks. I'm looking at Machop right now in, like, just later
Like the
editions.
anime?
Yeah, he looks okay. Also,
Yeah, a lot of the sprites in Gen 1 aren't super representative of what the actual thing looks like.
Yeah, that. No thanks.
Can you save that?
Yeah.
That's really good.
I don't like that. Looks like a claymation from, like, I'm gonna save it as gross Pokemon.
Okay.
That looks like a claymation from, like, Nickelodeon. That would, like, I
Be
can't
like a
even
commercial.
Yeah, like a weird claymation commercial. Ugh. gross.
Yeah. Machop, I think, looks more normal now.
Mhm.
Machoke, though. Love Machoke.
Let me look at Machoke here.
Machoke looks like Brock Lesnar.
Okay. Let's see here.
He's
Machoke.
got, like, the short blonde comb at the top.
My God. I'm looking at Machoke, just like in the anime, and he's pretty buff.
Yeah.
I don't know about this guy. These are fighting types, right?
Specimen, yeah.
Specimen. What?
Yeah, he's a specimen.
Oh my goodness, he is a specimen. Jesus. Yeah, I don't like that.
No.
I don't like Pokemon who look like they could be sentient.
Humans?
Yeah. Or, yeah, humans, I should say.
Yeah. Like, again, Mr. Mime. Weird.
Yeah, I don't like that.
In the anime, Ash's mom has a Mr. Mime that's kind of like a butler,
Mm-hmm.
which is weird
I don't like that at all.
because it acts like it's a human butler. It's
Yeah.
very strange.
That ain't it.
What about some favorites in your team that you retired?
That I retired.
Like, you ditched Pidgey kind of quick.
Oh, Pidgey was out there.
You ditched Rattata.
Wigglytuff is someone that I retired.
Yeah,
Because I didn't really need.
but you liked, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To a certain point, and I was like, you kind of serve no purpose for me.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think I really understood Wigglytuff all that much.
Yeah, Wigglytuff. Well, Wigglytuff is a normal type,
Oh, okay.
so there's not.
I always thought it was
I
like
see-
psychic.
See, I did too.
Because of sleep.
Yeah,
Doesn't that make sense? But,
I mean, yeah, that's what I thought, but I was wrong.
like, it's a fighting type then?
No, it's normal.
Isn't fighting normal?
No, fighting is fighting, like, the stat that fighting goes after is
Yeah.
usually the same stat that normal goes after, which
That's
is just
what
attack.
I thought. Yeah.
But yeah, normal is like strange to me.
Is normal, like, well-rounded? Is that, like, you can use kind of a lot of moves with normal? Or?
The thing is, I don't really know because I don't use normal that much.
Yeah.
Like, Eevee's normal. Eevee's like one of the only normal Pokemon I like,
Mm.
and that's just from a design perspective
Yeah.
because I'll always evolve Eevee. Like, always.
To what? Whatever you need?
Well, my favorite evolution is not in the game. It was introduced in Gen 2, I think. Actually, it might have been Gen 3 or Gen 2. I don't remember. Umbreon.
Oh.
Umbreon and Espeon are my two favorite evolutions.
Espeon sounds like espionage.
Okay.
Does it have anything to do with espionage?
No, it's ESP. It's psychic.
Oh.
Espeon,
Oh, cool.
ESP.
Very cool.
And then Umbreon is a dark type.
Ah.
So I love those two.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the two starters in Pokemon Coliseum, that game I mentioned to you before.
Yeah.
Where you steal people's Pokemon, like you
So
tried
weird.
to back in episode 2 or 1 or whatever
Yeah,
that
I think it was
was.
episode 1. I tried to.
Yeah, Umbreon and Espeon, cool designs.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like this Machoke or Machop guy.
Yeah, there's some weird ones. Like, again, Jinx. Like, look up Jinx.
Okay.
So you can see what Jinx looks like in context of everything. Like, Jinx is weird. Mr. Mime is weird.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Wow, wait, what's going on here? Who's this guy?
That's Mr. Popo.
Oh. Do they make an appearance together?
No, that's probably
that
just
fan art?
That was probably a side-by-side just for, like, some article talking about
Oh,
the
okay.
racist aspect of those designs.
I imagine there's probably some horrendous fan art when it comes to Pokemon.
I mean, I don't think it's, like, Sonic level, but there's probably some bad stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like this Jinx character.
Yeah, not a lot of people do.
Mewtwo, as much as I like Mewtwo, looks really weird. Especially in the new trailer for Detective Pikachu. Looks really strange.
Yeah, like Mewtwo. Well, we didn't even talk about Mew.
Never ran into a Mew.
Because you can't.
No?
No.
I thought you could.
There's a really, like, weird way to get Mew in this game. There's a legit way. I've never done it. I have no idea how. It's like starting a game, stopping a game, doing some weird glitch hack, and then it's like appears somewhere. No idea. But there was an event back in the day, before my time.
Yeah.
Before my birth, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Where if you brought your cartridge to the mall or something.
Yeah.
To some kiosk where some, like, Nintendo representative was. They would put your cartridge in a machine, and then they would put a Mew in your game for you to get. And again, that was limited, so it's like not everybody can get it. This was before the days of patches or updates.
This is like how when Mulan came out, the Szechuan sauce was available in a limited time capacity.
Sure.
And then, of course, Rick and Morty made fun
of that. Yeah, that's a comparison.
That's definitely a comparison.
Over time, like with the DS generations, they still did event Pokemon like that.
Okay.
But it was like exclusive to the Wi-Fi range of like certain buildings.
Oh.
So I remember there was a Pokemon called Darkrai, which came out in Gen 4. Love Darkrai.
Mm-hmm.
Darkrai was getting a movie, and if you went to Toys R Us with your DS and you had the game in your DS and you did like the Wi-Fi pulse search thing, and you linked to Toys R Us, you could download Darkrai to your cartridge. And then if you go to the Pokemon Center, there's a new person standing there that doesn't stand at Pokemon Centers. You talk to them. Here's a thing.
Oh.
And then I think you got to go to an island to catch it or something.
Oh, cool.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Like, Pokemon does some really cool event things.
I like that.
As the Wi-Fi age was introduced, it gets better and better.
Cool.
But yeah, Mew, impossible.
Mm.
Or it's not impossible, but impossible for me because I haven't put the effort in.
I want to see what Mew even looks like.
So Mew is...
I know what Mew looks like.
Yeah, Mew's like a cat. It's like a hairless cat.
This Mew was in the Mewtwo movie.
Yes.
The Pokemon movie.
Mm-hmm.
Was it just called the Pokemon movie?
Pokemon, the first movie.
What a bad name.
I mean, it makes sense because there's a lot of Pokemon movies.
It's true. Pokemon, the first movie. Was it released as Pokemon the first?
Mewtwo Strikes Back, I think.
Yeah, Mewtwo Strikes Back. Originally released as Pokemon the movie, Mewtwo Strikes Back. And now it's Pokemon the first movie, Mewtwo Strikes Back.
I mean, I've always called it Pokemon the first movie because that's what it said on the VHS.
Yeah, this movie is oddly nostalgic for me.
It's good. I'd recommend watching it again now that you have the experience of the game because you're probably going to appreciate it more.
I told you it has a 15% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Turn that around and add 30.
Okay.
It's a good movie.
Okay.
People are just got bad opinions.
Yeah, I see.
So yeah, Mewtwo, I guess. Well, like you learned in the museum, or not the museum, sorry, the burnt mansion, the abandoned mansion.
Yes.
Mewtwo was created from Mew.
Yeah.
That sort of story is explored in that movie. And Mew is like... He's weird, because I think Mewtwo comes first in the Pokedex.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's 150, and then Mew is 151.
Oh.
Because, like, you can't... It's just strange the way they chose to do it back in the day, which affects the way it's perceived now and everything. But yeah, Mewtwo, yeah, you're right. It looks a little strange.
A little strange, but it's cool. Can Mewtwo talk?
In the movie, yeah.
Oh, like... It's
Telepathy,
like
yeah.
Telepathy, yeah. Wow. Really weird.
Not in the game, though.
Are there any Pokemon that can talk?
In the games?
Yeah.
Count Bill.
I don't count Bill.
No.
So why can Detective Pikachu talk?
Don't
We
know.
yet.
Why can Meowth talk in the anime?
That's a good point. Yeah, so Meowth can talk. Meowth can talk.
I think they explained it at some point. I don't remember the episode, but I'm pretty sure there's an episode about Meowth, and it was just like exploring why he can talk.
A Meowth backstory?
Yeah.
Why can Meowth talk? One day, Meowth came across a female Meowth named Meowsy.
I remember this.
I don't like that. She rejected him, saying that he was poor and that she preferred humans. So Meowth attempted to make himself more human-like. So he painstakingly learned to speak.
Yeah.
Interesting. So they have the ability to
Weird
speak.
implications.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Like, they have the capability to learn intelligent, like, civil stuff, but they choose to be, like, not slaves, but, like, they choose to be these extensions for people to fight each other with.
Do they choose to be, or are they forced to be?
They like it. I'm telling you, that's what the Pokedex says.
They like it.
But yeah.
Cool.
Pokemon goes some cool places with its lore. A lot of it is not within the games.
Yeah.
Outside of the games, there's some cool stuff, like the shows and whatever. But the games, I'll say, definitely get better from the first one.
Okay, cool.
Like, as far as accessibility goes.
Yeah.
I still think the first is, like, one of the best, just because of its limitations and because of the creativity and the fact that it started everything. But, yeah, later games, like, Gen 3 is really good. I love Gen 4 to death. And I had a lot of fun with Sun and Moon. So.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I had a lot of fun with this game.
Yeah.
Do you have any parting things to say?
I'm glad that you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you agreed to do this because I thought it was a very good idea, and I'm glad that it worked out the way it did.
Yeah.
You're excited for Sword and Shield?
I am, more so than I was before playing this.
That was the driving factor of this.
Yeah, because I didn't even know, like, what the gameplay loop was.
You thought that little yellow guy was called Pokemon? You thought...
No, I didn't think that.
Yeah.
I knew Pikachu was Pikachu.
Oh, did I ever tell you what Pokemon means?
Pocket monsters, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I knew that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, there's some stuff that I'm just, like, is second nature to me again, but, like, who would know if you don't find out about it?
Why weren't they called... So it's Pokemon in Japan, obviously.
Yes.
Why isn't it called Pocket Monsters over here?
There was some weird copyright thing.
Oh.
I think... This could be totally wrong and could be reaching, but it's the first thing I thought of. I think there was some issue with Dr. Seuss.
What?
Like the walk in my pocket thing.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah.
That could be completely false. But that's the first thing I thought of. I'll throw something on the video if I was wrong.
Fascinating.
But I know there was some trademark thing that was like the reason they had to make the name Pokemon.
Okay. Very cool.
So,
yeah, Pocket Monsters.
I'm glad you had a good time. I'm glad. Congratulations on being a Pokemon champion now.
Thank you. It was very frustrating at some parts.
Yeah. So also shout out to the people who have watched the show.
Yeah, thanks for joining us on this journey.
I've had some good conversations with some Pokemon fans.
Very cool.
That are enjoying the show.
Thanks for enjoying.
Yeah, thank you for supporting this. Thank you for listening to me be wrong about a bunch of things and enjoying Jack's fresh takes on things.
Yeah. I hope you're not crucifying me on my ignorance, because there's a whole lot of ignorance.
I feel so. The way we edit the show again, we record to put stuff in the tank for like timing reasons.
Yeah. This is May 2nd we're recording.
Yeah. So I think the only thing that you're gonna get some crap for,
yeah,
is the Master Ball.
Probably.
And specifically because it was on Moltres, and I don't know anybody that likes Moltres the most out of those birds.
Moltres came to bat for me
Oh, really?
in the Elite Four.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was using some, I don't know if it was Fire Spin.
I know you said Fire Spin with Flareon.
I could have been wrong with that one. It was, Flareon had some fire move, and so did Moltres.
Nice.
I forget.
Yeah,
But,
I think that's the one you're gonna get crucified for, if
Probably.
anything.
But I got Mewtwo, so.
Yeah. So, no promises for anything in the future, but you're probably gonna be tweeting about some Pokemon Sword stuff once you play through that game, right?
Yes.
So where can people find you if they want to know your Pokemon Sword impressions?
If you want to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, you can do so at Fascinated Jack. I will definitely be tweeting about some Pokemon stuff, some other video game stuff, some movie stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. What about you, Christian?
You can follow me on Twitter at Chris N. Buckley. This is the last thing we're shooting in this here studio for now.
Yeah.
I will be back in the studio next fall with some programs. Congratulations on graduating. Congratulations on being a Pokemon master.
Thank you.
And I'm glad that this all worked out.
Yeah, this worked out very well. Yeah, this is weird. By the time this releases, I will be a college graduate.
Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah.
But oh well.
You'll also have seen Detective Pikachu though.
It's true. It's very true. When's that come out?
May 10th.
May 10th.
I'll be gone, but we can review it.
Okay, that's commencement.
Yeah.
That is when I commence
Your life.
my life.
So, I guess wrapping it up, you can follow the show on Twitter at JoyClicks. If you're watching us, you're on youtube.com/JoyClicks, where this gets posted in video form. You can also listen to it forever on Apple Podcast and Spotify. Just look up My First Mon. It sounds the way it's spelt. And that's about everything that I have to say. So this was your journey. Close us out.
Yeah, well, thanks for joining me, Christian, and thank you all for joining us. We'll catch you next time.